Hello there and welcome to ADcraft. Today I'm going to be showing you how to build this fantastic large futuristic base in your world. Now this is a very large build, so it's going to be split over two videos. So you're watching video 1 now. Make sure you check out the second part when that is released on the channel, and make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on that. Anyway, let's get on with the build. So here we have the materials list for the build itself. As you can see, there's an awful lot of quartz in this build, so make sure that you have got a good villager trading setup there with plenty of stonemasons to give you this quartz. Alternatively, you can switch some or all of the quartz out for some white concrete. So the floor is quartz, for example, that could quite easily be white concrete. But that is, as we can see, just over 91 stacks, 91 and a half stacks just over of the smooth quartz blocks. Then we've also got a lot of stained glass as well, 84 stacks of that, well 85. Then we've got quite a lot also of the slabs to include in this build as well. The pink terracotta and the red terracotta are your accent colors, less of that needed but still quite a bit. Sea lanterns could be replaced with some other light source if you wished, but the sea lanterns do look the best. Then again, we've got the glass panes in whatever your accent color is going to be. We've got some of the stairs that are essential as well. The redstone blocks mainly for the power core, but if you wanted to, you could use something else for the power core, but you will need a couple of redstone blocks to power some of the iron trapdoors. We've also got some end rods again. These are pretty important for the build, so make sure you've been to the end. Iron trapdoors are great, nice and easy to get hold of, hopefully those. A couple of red nether brick slabs, but as I explain in the video, you could replace those with other slabs if you want, and then a beacon just to give you the beam. You'll also need whatever size and material for the beacon base that you'll need, that you want to build as well, and then just a single piece of regular glass, which is optional for you. So these are the items, as I say. Yeah, make sure you check those out, make sure you've got everything ready, and that's for the total build itself. As you can see by how far away I've had to get from this base, it is huge. So I've marked out the space that it's going to take, and I suggest that you do the same, just so that you can know exactly that you've left enough space. And what you need to mark out is a square that is 71 blocks on each of the sides. Now what we'll need to do as the first step on this, once we've marked out the 71 blocks, is we're going to do this and mark out in each of the corners. And what we're going to do is come to the first corner and we're going to come along 12 blocks. And once we've come along 12 blocks, we're then going to go in 6 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's 7 blocks, including the one on the line. So you'll have 5 blocks in between the block here to this orange block that we've got. And on this block, we're going to knock down and dig down 2 blocks. And we're going to place a sea lantern in there. Then all the way along this space, and this is a kind of a squished circle, we're going to do exactly the same. So we're going to knock across, and this is going to come across 7. So we'll have 7 sea lanterns coming across here. So middle blocks here. Then we move into the center one and come across 2. And again, put some sea lanterns there. Then into the center and come across 1. So like I say, you've got this kind of this squidged curve. And then we come along 2 more. So you've got 7 blocks, then in 1, 2 blocks, in 1, 1 block. And then we turn the corner and we come out 1 and 2 blocks, and then we get to this 7. So yeah, what we're going to do is we're going to go all the way around this, and we're going to do the same in each of these corners. And what we're going to do is put these sea lanterns right the way around the edge, like so. And then in the middle, we're going to dig down these 2 blocks, and we're going to put smooth quartz in the entire center. So you'll have 4 circles with sea lanterns all the way, well, I say circles, 4 squashed circles with sea lanterns all the way around the edge, and some smooth quartz in the middle. So I'll show you what that all looks like. With all 4 of those done, they will look like this. So you've got this ring of sea lanterns around this smooth quartz. Now, if you wanted to use the concrete, you could, but obviously when you come to doing the sides and doing the bits that need the slabs and stairs, then it won't quite match up, but that's entirely your choice. Next thing we're going to do is we're actually going to link up these right the way across and across this way as well. So we're going to come to the corner here where we can see just the other bit coming across. And what we're going to do is we're going to knock out the 2 and then the 3 blocks in front of that. And then we're going to continue this diagonally where we knock out the 2 and then the 3 blocks in front of it. And 2 and 3 blocks in front of it, all the way across. So we're creating this nice wide path going all the way through. And we're going to do this and knock this right the way through. And it's going to be 2 deep right the way across like this. So again, just to show you here, we'll get these 2 out and then we've got 3 like so. And we'll bring this all the way across. And in the bottom here, once we've knocked these out, we are going to fill all of this in with the quartz or the concrete, whichever you're using for the base, right the way through the build. Once you've connected those up, you'll have this cross going here. What we're going to do now is we're going to come to the middle, and I've just marked it at the moment with a sea lantern. But we're going to take that out and remove these for now because we are going to be placing a beacon underneath here. So I've just chosen diamond. You can obviously put anything that you need to. If you don't have a beacon yet, then obviously you don't. It doesn't matter. But yeah, that'll give us a beacon in the middle, and put those back. And the next step that we're going to do is we're going to come to these edge blocks here where we've just got these 4, and we're going to take those out and replace them with a smooth quartz. And then the entire set of these blocks here we are going to then replace again with either your concrete or your smooth quartz right the way around the build. So again, it's quite a big job to do that, but I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. Literally just replace the edge blocks wherever they are with the smooth quartz. Now that we've done the outline, we're going to work on these walkways going through the middle. So come to any one of the corners, and the first thing we're going to do is at this first step where we've got this smooth quartz coming out, we're going to place 2 more smooth quartz on here with a slab on top, and that's a smooth quartz slab, of course. And then we're going to choose, this is what's going to be the core color for the build. So where you've got red stained glass here, if you wanted that to be light blue, then you would replace the concrete with the light blue. So whatever your accent color is going to be, this is where we choose it. And I'm going to be doing this one as a red build. So we're going to take the red stained glass and we're going to come all the way along on each of these sides, right the way round till we get to the other corners. And on each of these as well, we're going to place a smooth quartz block on top. So we're just going to run this right the way around, 2 blocks high of glass and then a smooth quartz on top right the way around. And then when we get to this corner again, do exactly the same with the 2 blocks of smooth quartz with the quartz slab on top. And that will form the main parts of the walkway. So we'll get that finished. Now we're going to put the roofs on these walkways. So we're going to do this by coming in and on the block level with these slabs that we've got here, we're going to place some of the red stained glass or whatever stained glass color you're using, and then against these we're going to place the 2 quartz blocks that are going to then line up directly above these blocks here. On the inside of this we're going to place a sea lantern for some lighting. Then we're just going to continue to fill in all the way along the side like so with all of the stained glass, not that one, right the way through, and fill then in these spaces as well. Once we have filled in 2 diagonally, the 3rd block diagonally that we're going to fill in is going to be a sea lantern, and that will mean that all of the this area is going to be completely lit and completely spawn proof. So yeah, we just carry this right the way on through till we get towards the center of the build, but every 3rd diagonal block like this, 1, 2 and 3, then we're going to fill this in with a sea lantern just for the lighting. When we get to the middle, we're not going to place any glass over this beacon at all, but the one difference, we're going to fill the rest of it in with the glass. The one difference being we're going to have just a full quartz block in the middle block of each of these. So we'll fill this in. I will show you what that all looks like when it's done. Now those are all connected up, we are just going to finish off this center section. How we're going to do that is we're going to take some clear glass for this, and then we're going to place that here, and then coming out to each of these we're going to place a smooth quartz slab and then a smooth quartz stair coming round like this. So the slabs all go on the inside, the stairs come up to a point here, and then we are going to take one final slab and place that right the way over the middle. And because it's a slab, the beacon beam can go straight through it. Next we're going to come over here, and that's now completely spawn proof inside. We need to do something on this side to make sure that it's the same. So what we're going to do is we're going to come in, so we've got these blocks here, so we've got these 7. The first one that comes in, we're going to come into the point where this meets like so, and we're going to place a sea lantern here. Then we're going to come across to the middle block here of these 7 and place it so there'll be 3 gaps in between, and then do the same here. And then we're going to do that all the way around, and what we'll get is a 9x9 pattern that goes right the way through each of these sections, that is then fully lighting up the interior of the base, with one in the middle here and last one, missed one, just there. So there you'll get that pattern, and that will mean that this entire section is now also spawn proof. So this will kind of keep the entire floor of the build spawn proof, so we'll do that on all of the sides. With everything lit up, now we're going to start building up the walls, the glass walls around this. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to come here to this first block after the doorway, and we're going to come up 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So let's just check that, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And this is going to come right the way round, all the way round on top of the sea lanterns. It's going to be 8 high. And when we get to this point here, we are going to follow these sea lanterns, but we don't want to interfere with the door. So what we're going to do is we're going to come up, so it's 3 blocks up, and then we're going to come round like this. And then this will line up with those sea lanterns like so. And on top of this, we're going to continue to build up to that 8 high mark all the way around. So on top of these, like so. So it will look like this in the corners, where you'll have these 2 blocks overhanging here, this 1 block overhanging here, these 2 blocks here. But then what you'll have when you look down through it will be the entire circle built up, or squash circle, whatever it is, built up to 8 blocks high right the way around. So do that for this quarter and all of the other quarters. From here on out, I'm going to build this up in layers because it gets a little bit tricky otherwise. So the first thing to do is choose your accent color. This, I'm going to be using the pink terracotta, and we're going to place 3 blocks directly above this walkway, and then fill in the rest of the blocks on this layer with the red or whatever color stained glass you're using. Now we're going up on these 3 that we had before, and then we're also coming out 4 more blocks on either side. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. And as before, the rest are going to be the stained glass of whatever color you're using. Next, we place a sea lantern in the middle. Then we place 2 of the colored blocks, and then we place a sea lantern. So we do that on the other side. So we leave 2 gaps there and 2 more blocks to bring that level. Now we're going to come out 3 further blocks from either side here, like this, and then fill in with the red glass again, right the way round the rest of this ring. For the next layer, we start with the the pink terracotta again, and we bring this round here. And then where we have this next one, we have a 2 gap, and we have the sea lantern. And then bring the pink terracotta out to level with this, and we go a further 3 more blocks. And then again, as before, we just complete this round with the red glass all the way round. Next, we come to the last sea lantern that we placed, and we go 1 block inside that towards the center, and then we come across 2, 3, 4. We place a sea lantern, and then we have another 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks here. And the same on the other side. We go 1, 2, 3, 4. So it goes 2 blocks past, and then a sea lantern. So there's a 2 block gap in between each of these sea lanterns, and then go 1, 2, 3, 4. Now this section in the middle, we are going to fill in with the red glass again. and we're going to carry this around here. So what we're doing is we're creating a stripe that's going round, but at an angle all the way around the build. So we'll just fill all of this in with glass and do that on all of the other quarters, and then I'll show you the next level. This layer, we take the terracotta and we go 1, 2, 3 this time, and then we place the sea lantern. So now, although we've had 2 gaps, this is only a 1 gap, but because it's diagonal, it's kind of 1 to the 2 sides of the block. Then we also go 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'll show you that on the other side. So we go 1 block inside, 2, 3, sea lantern, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then again, we fill in all of the gaps in between, in the middle, and around this outside with the red stained glass. This next layer doesn't have any sea lanterns, so again, we're coming 1 inside this sea lantern, and we're going to go 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it comes out 2 blocks past on this side. So here again, we come onto this corner block, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And as with the other layers, fill it in with the red glass. This next stage, we start level with the sea lantern, and we go 1, 2, 3, then we put another sea lantern, then we go 1, 2, 3, 4. And so on this side, same again, 1, 2, 3, sea lantern, and then 4 more blocks, 2, 3, 4, and then fill in all of the glass around as we have done on the other layers. The next layer, we are starting here, again 1 block inside the sea lantern, 1, 2, 3, 4 we're going to place, then we're going to place a sea lantern, and then we're going to place 3 more, 2 more rather. And so let's do that this side as well, 1, 2, 3, 4, sea lantern, 2 more, then we're going to fill in the glass here. As you can see, we've nearly linked everything up, and we're going to fill in the glass around here as well. With this level, we're going to start 2 beyond the sea lantern, and we're going to bring this right the way through, so there's a single block gap in between these. So 2 beyond the sea lantern, 4, 5, 6, 7, so that's 7 in total, so 5 there and 2 here, with 1 glass block here, and then glass filling in the rest of this ring all the way around. From this stage on, things start to be a little different, so we're going to start sloping the roof upwards diagonally from the center at this point. So at this stage here, what we're going to do first of all is we've got the center block here. We're going to come out 1 outside this, 1, 2, 3, 4, and on the 5th block here we're going to place a piece of glass, and then the same on the other side. So leaving the center block 1, 2, 3, 4, and on the 5th block here. Now what we're going to do is we are going to diagonally link these 2 up with some glass, so coming just in a straight diagonal line across like so. As you can see here, we've got that reaching out, and then the glass carries on as it did previously. And what we'll need to do then is bring this all the way around here, and on the other side we're going to start with 3 of the terracotta, a sea lantern outside that, and then 3 more terracotta. So it brings it level with each of these sea lanterns, and then we just carry on and fill in between these 2 sections of the glass, and repeat that on all of the 4 corners. For the next step up, we come to the front section here, and we count in 1, 2, 3, and then on the 4th block we place the glass, and we can start placing that round. Then 1, 2, 3, and on the 4th block we start placing the glass, and again that will go round. And then what we're going to do is diagonally we are going to link these up again as we did with the previous one, which starts filling in the roof like this, and we're going to have that so it is all the way through, so we've got 3 blocks wide, like, oh, wrong one, there we go, like this. So each time we've got this 1 step in, and this next time we fill in the roof, this will fill in like so. And I'll just do it now because again it brings it level, and you can see what I mean here. So there's no overlap in the glass, it's just touching on the corners. Now here on the back side we come through and we place a sea lantern in the middle, and then we go 1, 2, 3, 4 out on each side, and then we just connect up these little bits of glass again and repeat this all the way around the build. For the next layer, what we have is we have this 2 blocks here that we're going to come across and leave. Then we're going to place a block here, and the glass carries on from around this direction like so. And the same the other side, we've got the 2 blocks there, and we've got the glass carrying on like this. Now we can then fill this in an extra block, because I was just doing this before to show where it goes. And likewise, this one here we can start filling in across, which will show exactly where the edge of the next slope is. And last couple of blocks, there we go. And then from this side, what we're going to do is we're going to bring in the pink terracotta, and we're going to have 3 blocks only this side, and then it's just a case of filling the glass in again all the way around. With the slope coming together, the first thing that we're going to do is just fill in one more set of the blocks going diagonally this way, and that then lines us up with where we want to be, which is here. And then we're going to bring these across diagonally back the other way. So as you're looking at this from the side, just so that you can line it up, you've got 2 blocks, then you've got 3 blocks, and then the first block, and then you've got 3 blocks again. Hard to see with the glass, but you've got 3 blocks again. So each time you look at it from this direction or from this direction, you've got 3 blocks before you actually hit that glass line here. And what that gives us is a really nice smooth slope diagonally upwards. And just finished filling these in quickly, and like so. And then this again comes round on the glass on all of the sides as well. From this layer onwards, we're going to start getting things a little bit steeper. So what we're going to do is first of all just fill in the diagonals right the way across here, so that we've got the right width, and like so. And then what we're going to do is we're going to place a block there, and this is, if I can place them in the right place, there we go, going to come all the way across, and that's going to be the total width of this next level. And we're going to carry this round there again, right the way through to the other side and back round here as well. And then we'll complete that all the way around, and next layer will go up again. For the next layer here, we're going to start on this corner block. We're going to come in like so and just come across, all the way across, right the way through, just touching the corners again. And then fill this into that corner, and then all the way round. For this next step, we're going up again. So we've got 2 blocks here, 2 blocks of the glass. Because of this corner, I'll come around this side, it's a bit easier to see. And we're going to come across with our diagonal line cutting across the front like this, and right the way through and round. And as you can see, we're getting close to the edge now with this, so I'll do the next level as well, and that next level is actually going to be here. So we're going to have a 3 block gap, but that's because of the curve. And what we'll do is fill this in as well, like this. So you've got the 3 blocks there, so 2 blocks there. There should be an extra block here, that's why it's not looking right. There we go. So you've got that extra block here, and we'll then just fill this in. And the last 2 stages are, we'll just do this up 2 sets of blocks, and then that gives us something to place against like this. So that finishes the slope. And yeah, looks a little bit strange now, but when you come to the side, you can see that it sweeps down and gets wider the further down that you've got. So it's diagonal and it's got a curve on it as well. So that's why it's quite complicated. There will of course be a world download for this world. Feel free to watch the video again if you're getting a bit stuck on this, or check out the world download so you can see it in more detail. As a bit of a break from the building the pillars at the side, what we're going to do now is we're just going to build the power core. So using a temporary block, it can be anything. I'm just using sea lanterns because it's easy to see the edges. We're going to come up, and we're going to come up 12 blocks. So On top of this 12th block, what we're going to do is we're going to place a 3x3 area of glass. And that is going to be the platform that we're going to build the power core on. And after this, we're going to surround the entire power core in the glass. But what we can do now is get rid of the temporary blocks. You won't need those. And what you'll see is that brings it up to this point. Now what we're going to do here is we're going to surround this using redstone. If you're using a different accent color like blue, you might want to use lapis, or you could use concrete. It's nice to have the redstone because it's kind of got this nice kind of a glow. If you're using purple, you can actually use the crying obsidian, which I've done in a version of this over the other side, which I'll show you at the end of the video. And yeah, that looks quite nice too. So once you've got this 3x3 donut, then what we're going to do is we're going to fill this in like so and come out. So we've got this big thick cross going around the build, and what we're going to turn is this into a sphere. So what we're going to do again is we're going to come out again on all of the sides by an extra block, and you don't necessarily need these in here. We will put in a couple of lights just to make sure no mobs spawn in here, but you don't necessarily need to do too much. You could just fill the entire interior with some other stuff if you wanted, but yeah, we'll fill this in like so. So here we've got a nice ring that we're building out around here, and we take this ring 3 blocks high all the way around like this, and then we're going to start coming back in again. So picking anywhere you like, you can just place a temporary block and start bringing this back in, and we're going to create another big thick cross coming across here like this, always leaving that center open so that the beacon beam can come through. And once we've got that big thick cross, what we'll do is we'll come down inside quickly, and we're going to use a slab just to block this off on the interior. I've used the red nether brick because it's the closest slab that we've got. You could use crimson if you wanted for the red as well, but yeah, red nether brick for me. Then what we're going to do is we're going to fill in another big donut going around the middle here. And I'm trying to use as little redstone as possible just to save you on resources. And then here we go, we put that there, and that gives us the main power core. The next step will be to cover this whole thing in glass. So in order to get a nice sphere for this, what we're going to do is we're going to, on each of the sides, we're going to come out and we're going to have a nice thick cross. And what we'll do is also just fill in these blocks here. So on each of the sides like this, what we're going to do is we're going to come out and we're going to create that big cross on the side. So going just 1 block past each side like that, and I'll fill that in on all of these 3x3 sides and show you what it all looks like when that bit's done. I'll show you on this one side first. So we fill this in, fill in these 3 blocks as well, and this gives it a bit of depth and it gives it a bit of shape. So I've just done it there. So as you can see, you've got a big cross here. Again, quite hard to see with the glass, but from this angle you can see the cross comes through. Do that, you're just building out 1 block further on each side from this. So I'll put all of those crosses in place, and then we can just do the final touches. For all of these big crosses, once they're all done, the next step that we're going to do, there is an exposed block of redstone. As you can see, the 3 exposed blocks here on each of the corners. Now what we're going to do here is we're going to place a triangle of 4 of the glass, just filling that in, which really helps to round out. So that one's already filled in, but yeah, a glass triangle of 3 for 1, 2, 3, 4, just like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, and again also the same on the bottom. That one's filled in as well, but 1, 2, 3, 4. I filled in some of these already. 1, 2, 3, 4, and we'll do that all the way around. 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, and the very last touch that we've got, that now looks much rounder. We just have 1 block coming through in this area here. So in the center of each of these sections, we'll put 1 more block of glass, and then down the sides again in the middle block, we'll put 1 block of glass, all the way around in these middle bits. One block further in. And then lastly on the bottom layer as well, just in the middle for each of these sides, we'll put in the block of glass there. And that, now you can see that you've got a really nice ball shape, no matter what direction you have, where it's got this nice red look coming at it. If you wanted, you could avoid this here by either leaving it blank or having yourself a plain stained glass in there, just so it's only once it's gone into the power core itself that it gets the red coloration. But yeah, that's the power core for the whole thing. Now the power core is in place, what we're going to do is we're going to start building the towers that go up and surround it and hold it in place. So we're going to start doing this by coming into the center, and you can start this on any of the sides. And on this 3 wide section in the middle, we're going to come to the edge of that 3 wide section. We're going to come out here on both of these, and we're going to put a block here, and then we're going to run a block all the way along a set of the smooth quartz, right the way through to the edge, but 2 blocks in from the edge here. So this is then going to line up here and line up here, and what we're going to do is fill in the full line going right the way through from that edge to there, and that's the width of the build. So fill that in around all of the sides, and I'll show you the next step. With those in place all the way around, what we're going to do is we're going to come to this end, the same one that we started at here, and for each of these we're going to bring these up 35 blocks. With those towers built to a total of 35, so that's including the block at the bottom, then the first thing that we're going to do is build the bit that wraps around this power core. So first of all, come level with the glass at the top of the power core, come onto this pillar and place 1 block of smooth quartz facing out towards it. Above that, place 2, and above that, place 3. And then on this one that you place 3, place an upside down stair, and underneath this one that you placed 1, you place an upside down stair as well. So you've got this curve that comes around. And what we're going to do is mirror that at the bottom. So we're going to come level with the glass here, place 1 block here, 2 blocks beneath that, and 3 blocks beneath that, with a right way up stair this time, like so, and a right way up stair above that. So we're going to fill that bit in around all the sides. Now we're going to come onto the top of this, and we're going to build 1, 2, 3, 4 out on top of this up to and level with this stair. On this block here, we're going to build up a total of 17 more. So we've put 1 block here, and that will come up 17 further blocks. This block further in here, we're going to come up 36, so that's 1, and then we'll count up as well. And when you get to this top block, we're going to finish that off with a smooth quartz slab on top, and this is the total height of the build. So this is the highest point. With those spires done up to the top height, what we're going to do now is firstly we're going to place a stair, going a right way up stair on the inside here, and then we're going to start building here. So this is block 1, we're going to come up to 33. And level with this 33rd block, we're going to place an upside down stair on the inside. On top of it, we're going to place a right way up stair. Then we're going to place 2 full blocks and a slab on top of here. And this finishes off the final shape that we have for this particular part of the pillar. For the next step, what we're going to do is we're going to find the middle of this power core. So that'll be the middle of these 3 blocks. And then we're going to come out a block above and a block beneath that. And on top of this block, we're going to come out up another 8. So that's a total of 9. So 1, 2, 3. And that should finish on the block above this stair. And we'll also fill in all the way down to the ground from this other block. And both of these are also going to come out a further 5 blocks. 2, 3, 4, 5. So it will come out this far. Now what we're going to do is we're going to come to the edge of these. I'm going to place a right way up stair here and then an upside down stair here, and we'll connect those with a block of quartz. Then on top of this, we're going to have 5 blocks. 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 3 blocks beneath that top one. Then we're going to go 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, and 1. So we've got that pattern coming down. So again, it joins up, and you can see that there's a smooth curve right the way through to this point here. Now beneath these, we're going to do the same, but this time instead of 5, we're going to go 6. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then we're still going to go 3, 2, and 1. And that gives us the curve there. So that'll then link into another curve that we're going to bring out in a second. But yeah, get that replicated around all of these 8 pillars, and then we'll move on. Before we get onto this big sweeping bit, what we're going to deal with is this little bit on the inside. So what we're going to do is, again, we're going to be building down, and we're going to be building down 10 blocks here. 1, 2. And that will then leave you 4 blocks at the bottom. Then we're going to build down 7 next to that. Then what we're going to do is we're going to skip 2 blocks, and then we're going to build 3. And then we're going to come out here. So you've got this gap here. We're going to come down 2 and round this off with a stair. So that'll leave us with this little hole here. And then again, a nice smooth transition coming through these blocks down to the ground. So again, repeat that all the way around. Now, building out from this, what we're going to do is we're going to come to this first block, and we're going to go up 10. So that'll leave a 2 gap here. Then we're going to come up 8, which is another 2 gap. Then we're going to come up 6, then 5, then 4. And what we're going to do is just replicate that round, as the next one is more counting. So we'll get that built, and then we'll move on. Now the last stage for this curve, once you've got those in place, is we're going to come up 2 3s. So 3 twice, then 3 2s. So again, 3 twice, and then 4 1s. And that brings us out with the nice curve. And finally, we're going to finish this off with 2 slabs at the end there. So when we look at that, you've got a nice smooth curve that takes you up into that transition, and then another smooth curve that takes you all the way there. So once we've done that all the way around, then I'll show you what it all looks like. With the curves in place on all of these parts of the tower now, this looks fantastic. It does look a little bit spindly at the bottom though, so what we're going to do now is we're just going to add a little bit of support just on this bottom section on each of these areas. So what we're going to do is we're going to count in 3, and then on the 4th block we're going to go across 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And on the middle block we're going to go up 1 with the smooth quartz blocks like so. Then here we're going to place a slab with a stair going into this. Then another stair here, a stair on top, a stair coming down, and another one coming out the other side. And then 3 more slabs coming out like this. Next, just on the outside of this, we're going to, on the very first of these 4 blocks that we've got, and on the last of them, we're going to place a slab. Going to place a stair in the middle, with a stair going in like this and like this, and then a final slab coming out here. And that just makes it seem like it is a bit more supported right the way through the build. And we'll do that on each of these. I'll just show you this side again. So we come in 3, we'll place a block, and 5 blocks, place a block on top of that, place a slab there with a stair, another stair here, and 1 then coming down the other side. 3 more slabs coming out, and then here on either end a slab and a slab, then a stair in the middle with stairs curving into that, and lastly a slab. Now if you wanted to change this up, I mean, you could make it a bit thicker here, you could get rid of this bit here if you wanted a bit of a sleeker look, but yeah, just something there just makes it breaks it up and makes it just look a little bit more supported here. Now that the main part of the spire is in place and all we're looking at is some extra decorative touches to that and the main towers, the base is now basically functional. So I think that's a good place for us to leave it. If you're building this in your world, then obviously you can still start to use it and start thinking about what you want to put inside it. Yeah, check out the second part of this build very, very soon, or possibly even available now. So go make sure you check it out on the channel and the other futuristic builds. And make sure that you do hit that like button if you've enjoyed this. Make sure you leave me a comment and let me know. And also make sure that you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on future builds or future videos like this. So with all that being said, thank you very, very much for watching, and I will see you next time on ADcraft. Bye!